All right, welcome to another episode of Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
And I'm Zombie. Welcome to a very special episode of ADHD
200!
Right?
Yeah.
Man, you've been at this for a while, Dustin.
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
So we have a very special episode here planned. Okay, as I was explaining to Zombie, I have a vision in mind of how I want it to go. So we'll try to stay on topic and keep things moving along, but there's bound to be screw ups, as is a live broadcast and as is this ADHD theater, so to speak. But so just right off the she says, "Hey, Rocky."
I forgot to put him out before the show started, so Rocky's here with us.
Yeah.
Have you been feeding him?
Yeah. Have you been feeding him? Have you been feeding your children? I mean, what's going on?
My children?
Our children, whatever.
Cadence cooked me dinner.
Now we're
All
talking.
Right. Well, so
Velveeta.
What was that?
Velveeta.
Oh yeah.
I think I went to school with her.
Velveeta.
All right. Well, I want to bring out some very special friends. Welcome. Whoa! How's it going, man?
I'm not dead.
Much to our delight. Yeah, I said that
Contrary to the rumors.
Contrary.
No, I killed people. It gets confusing.
Yeah. You're doing a dime up in, I don't even know, Folsom?
Folsom,
I
yeah.
think that might be close to where you're at.
We'll go with that. We'll go with the Cash Classic.
It is good to see you again, man.
Yeah.
No, thank you for inviting me. This is cool. I was just kind of stunned y'all were already up to 200. That's kind of, and that's not even counting the like original podcast, right?
It is.
Oh, it is? Okay.
So I mean, this is tallied up the whole all the way back to when we first started, and then through season 2, 3, and where we took off on StreamYard and stuff like
content.
that. Yeah.
It's a collective.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I would like to know like what's the actual accumulated time in like days.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have that calculated out, but I know. Let's see. Hey, how's it going, Real Big John? I've gotten your messages, just haven't replied to them all, because it's on YouTube, so I'm not ignoring him. So.
I saw those today too.
Yeah. All good suggestions that I'm going to work into our conversation with Brian Flynn when we have him on Monday.
Oh, Brian's coming back.
So yeah, we're gonna be having Brian Flynn back out to talk toys and all the good stuff.
Pick his brain again.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna ask him if he's doing a pyramid.
Yeah, that's on my list. But at this point, the pyramid is. I feel like there's no way to do the pyramid in scale with the Cat's Lair.
He could try.
Because Cat's Lair, you can actually have a play set inside. Like, you can play around inside. But there's really no way to... There's no physical building that we can hold the Black Tower in. The Black Pyramid in. So...
It'd be interesting. But yeah, you're right. Because even in the show, it's like just this big black void on the inside, really. And you got to run into a small area.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But inside the pyramid, not the outside. Yeah. Plus it
Yeah.
didn't really quite quantify like how big it was in essence. Like in our pyramids, you can understand the scale.
His final destination in himself.
Right. Wrap around my neck. Before you know it. But yeah, so but then the inside, it goes to the inside and he has that huge cauldron and the pillars. You're gonna want the pillars. Ancient spirits of evil.
Yeah,
You're
they gotta have the
gonna want
spark.
that, and plus his tomb in the back. But
Well, how was the Thundercat? How was the layer treating you? Have you got it like all set up yet?
I keep having to move it. I don't have a place for it yet. Where I had envisioned it originally, it doesn't fit. The claws stick out too far, and it goes up against my chair, which means I have a rocking chair, and I'm gonna rock on it, and it's gonna get torn up. And it's like, all right, that's not a good idea. Yeah. So I had to move it back to where it's originally sitting. So I just haven't quite figured out where. I think I'm going to put it on the table, maybe move a table around and stuff. I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. But,
first world when problems. You get it displayed, I really want to see like everything there. The tank and all
dude,
that.
It does have insane displayability, if that can be a word. But I dig it. I mean, I put my hat on it. This size hat on top of the cat's head.
Yeah, I saw you hold the thing up, man. It's massive.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyway. So let's start off here. Let me see if we can. Yeah, I think we'll do this. I don't have a screen.
Yeah, I mentioned to see because he mentioned a plan. What is it?
Take
us down memory lane, Dustin.
It's a rough plan. YouTube. Let's see. Playlists. And
let's get 200 episodes.
Let's see.
Plus, we had all the commentaries and all the deleted stuff.
Yeah.
On top of that, all the live specials.
I don't think I've transferred all of the bonus episodes that we had on Patreon back in the day to YouTube. I know we did the Van Damme one.
Yeah, because we released like a couple of the like really good ones.
Yeah.
We give them out like during the holidays and stuff. Which were the Zach episodes were really funny.
Yeah.
I remember listening to those.
It was just the fact that he could do that with such accuracy is it was both sad but also impressive.
Yeah, he was confident with it too.
Yeah, man. Huge score. Like I remember people trying it online and they couldn't even get close to that score.
Yeah, right.
Somebody's like, I don't even know what haircut that was. He's like, come on. Lionheart, come on.
He was like a savant with it.
Yeah, it really was.
He really was. So, okay. Oh, duh. Here's the thing. All right, so let's see. Our first season, we talked about Aliens, Predators, because that movie just had come out or something.
Yeah, and that was kind of like a trial thing. We were just kind of working things out, so we picked something easy.
Yeah. And
so we did
Transformers.
We just watched all of Aliens and Predator movies. I think we just talked about them.
Yeah, and the Transformers one was one where we actually had a Transformers movie that was out, and I think it was, what year was this in? I forget when this came out.
Lord,
but
definitely don't ask me about the Bay stuff. It's just I can't. I don't know. My Bay lore is
yeah.
I remember watching the first one and part of another one.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Bumblebee and the other one. Those are technically in the Bayverse. I forgot.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I think it will be Mumra's tomb next from Super 7. Interesting.
I think you could do his display. You could do like the sarcophagus and the display and all that. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. But all right. So we talked about San Diego Comic-Con, and we did
Look,
the
this
Rocky
is-
episode.
2018.
Man, 2018.
Wow.
When the world wasn't super crazy. I remember
And,
Liam was on he was on the Rocky episode. I remember because he's like a huge Rocky fan.
Yeah, he was.
And that was, I think Apollo had just came out on that. It was either Apollo or the Apollo 2.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Creed movies. Yeah.
Yeah,
They were just like starting to come out.
That was.
Boy, that dates it. They've already done a whole trilogy. And they're gonna do another one where he's like the mentor now. It's already gotten that old.
Yikes. I don't really want to think about that.
I know.
I'm not ready
part
for
of a franchise.
The Creed Jr. to be a mentor. I don't know. I'm still ready for Rocky to make another comeback. He'll be like scooting out around in his wheelchair, his power chair.
Hover around.
Yeah, his hover.
Hold
Oh, that would be funny. I don't know, but so then we did a couple episodes with my buddy Bruno and Jeremy DeWitt.
Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah,
I very specifically remember those.
Yeah,
the TMNT quiz and all that, and I think Jeremy just swept it.
Right. And then after that, we did Ready Player Jason, which we had my buddy Jason Tryon on the show, and so we had a good thing. And you did this really cool artwork for him where you drew like the Infinity Gauntlet or something.
Yeah,
on
that
it.
was the contest.
It was a Power Glove.
Yeah, it was like the contest for the Patreons.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, and he was the one that won, and he got he got his own Geek-men cartoon. I remember that now.
It was such a cool thing because you drew a Power Glove on him because I think he said that was his favorite console or something. Which
remember, and then I think we gave him a video game quiz about like consoles and stuff, and he did really well on it.
Yeah, he did. That was funny. And then I think Liam was back because we did the episode of Dragon Ball.
Huge Dragon Ball. I think he got you into Dragon Ball, correct?
Right.
was this was the point where you're like,
that was the point when I started getting obsessed with it. Like, oh man, I need to watch this stuff now. Because after that episode, I was like, okay, well, what do I need to watch in order to understand what's happening when the movie Broly comes out?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Broly movie. That's what it was.
Yeah. So he had suggested that I watch the two movies that I've completely forgot what they're called now. Zombie,
he's really good about just keeping me up.
You remember what those are?
Probably Tree of Might.
No, it was more recent than that.
Oh, okay. The more recent ones.
Resurrection F, I think. And
that was for Frieza.
Yeah, and then the one before that.
And then like the something gods, something another. So we're talking about Dragon Ball Super, not Z.
Yeah.
See, okay. My head immediately goes to Z first.
See, when I say Dragon Ball Z, I mean all of Dragon Ball, like even including that other stuff.
Well, see, when you say that, I'm like Dragon Ball, like when Goku was a kid.
Right.
So I'm even further back when you just say Dragon Ball. I'm like, oh, okay, the beginning.
Yeah, it's funny. We were just talking about that the other day with me and Liam because he went and found the ocean dubs because he wanted to watch them with his son because he loves the ocean dubs. Like that. So
Yeah, I
he
remember you guys
old
talking
school,
about that.
original, untouched Dragon Ball.
Right.
And he says his kid's digging it. So
I see.
So there
That's
goes another. I think I did the math on that one time. I think you had to watch all of Dragon Ball, all the movies and everything. It's the equivalent of watching Supernatural 3 or 4 times.
Jeez.
Like it's a lot. So it keeps me away. But I have seen. I'd be like Zach, what do I need to know to watch this? He's like, this. I'm like, great. And then I watch it and I'm like, oh, that was great. That was fun to watch.
right. So I mean, I watched. There was a Dragon Ball movie, and it was like before the Snake Way stuff, way back. So it was a movie though. So I watched that, and then I jumped into Dragon Ball Z and started on it. And I actually did not watch Kai. I didn't shortcut. I watched it all the way through. There was a couple episodes that were like, oh man, I'm regretting my decision, especially
It's a
when he's on
commitment.
Snake Way for a million years.
It's definitely a commitment. Because even
Yeah.
like the shortened like the joke, what is
Kai.
what's the joke
Oh.
version of the YouTube
Abridged?
channel? Is it Team 4-Star?
Yes.
Just Dragon Ball Abridged?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Dragon
even
Ball
that's
Abridged.
pretty long. And that's,
Yeah,
that's
it
like
is.
super shortened.
It is. Oh man, I don't know, but it was
It's a
fun.
commitment.
It was a fun series overall, but I found myself hesitating when Cadence was like, "Oh, we need to watch this. We need to watch Dragon Ball Z," and I'm like, just the thought of like starting over from the beginning.
Just do it.
You
Yeah,
gotta
I
do
hear
it.
people complain about like One Piece.
Yeah.
One Piece is it's already up to over 1,000 episodes now. I've watched One Piece from the beginning like 3 or 4 times now, and people are like, "I could never do that in my lifetime." Like, yeah, you can. I've done it 3 or 4 times, and it's still going.
See, that's where
It's a
I
lot-
don't
there's
think
a
I
lot of
could.
long
Like,
shows, man.
I don't
Yeah.
know. So my buddy Devin is trying to get me to watch Dr. Stone. Are you familiar with that? Either one?
Yeah,
I
I
can't say
watched
that I
that
am.
one. It's very sciencey,
Okay.
so
And then
kind of the main character is like it's a save the world, revive the world kind of thing, and he's real brainy, so he brings all these modern things from our past into kind of this Stone Age type of world, and everybody's just kind of amazed by it, like, oh my god, I can't believe that worked. And it's a little hairy at the beginning, but then like after because everybody gets turned to stone for some reason. There's like this bright green flash of light that envelops the earth, and so he like if you get broken up or whatever, you can't revive. Just by sheer luck, like he revives through natural courses and everything. Like it's like a stone shell and it cracks off of him or whatever, and he figures out, how can I reproduce this? So he goes around remembering like where was the last place like he saw his best friend in school or whatever, and he's still right where he remembered him, even though like all the buildings are gone. They're like he wakes up in the middle of a jungle, that type of stuff. So he starts waking up familiar people that he thinks would be beneficial to help him try to restart society or whatever. And then they find survivors somehow. These people didn't get turned to stone, and it goes through this whole other thing, and there's rivals that pop up, and
Well, that sounds interesting.
it gets real sciencey, and they try to explain how to do certain things. The show comes with a warning, like, please don't try to replicate this stuff. Some of it is actually kind of dangerous. So when it comes with a warning like that, I'm like, now you have my attention.
oh,
Man.
good grief.
I
don't
don't know how
know.
they used to do that in comics. They would, I think, like back before the atomic bomb was like a thing. You had like comic book writers really close to writing about like the proper like equipment and stuff you need and all that, and they would have people from the government be like, "Look, you're gonna have to take this out. That's a little, it's a little too close. You're gonna have to take it out." And these comic book writers like, "What? No, you can't.
Right?
We're working on something."
I think didn't that happen with the writers for X-Files at some point too? Like
It might have.
They were contacted a few times, like, yeah, you have no idea how close to the truth you actually are with this.
Yeah, I do remember hearing that at some point, but Road Pig says that sounds like Fist of the North Star cartoon.
That's another, that's a classic, man. Fist of the North Star. It's very stylized, but if that's your thing, hey, it's a cool one. Nice classic anime to watch.
I was trying to think of like the longest one I've watched is I think it's Inuyasha.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of movies and a lot of shows.
Did you get to see the conclusion to that?
Yeah, like years later. I was actually watching it on Adult Swim when they were like putting them out new, the dubbed. And then they're like, here's the last episode. And it didn't.
It felt very rushed.
Yeah, and it didn't do anything. And they didn't even conclude. They're like, well, we'll just keep on rolling. And I'm like, that's the ending of this? We're not going to defeat him?
Oh, wait.
And then years later, they're like, okay, yeah. We're going to do 26 more episodes. We'll finish it.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God.
Oh. Yeah, but
I invested like 300 and some odd episodes, like 5-6 movies. Like, you better finish this.
Hey, we have Pops visiting in. How's it going,
Ahoy.
man?
Guess what I just did?
Did you just finish the movie too?
Watch all of Dragon Ball?
We just watched Smile. And of course, we played it live for the audience on pill.net. And I'm just going to hang out till you're ready to talk about it. And happy 200, everybody. Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Crack them if you got them. Toast.
I only came with water.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Okay, so I got this frostbite.
Oh,
What is
it's
that?
that Mountain Dew.
And
Where's Jessica at? In the chat, where is she?
I don't know. I'm not too keen on it. I don't even know what it tastes like. It's blue.
Sugar water.
That's bad for you.
It's just Windex.
Yeah.
It's carbonated Windex with a little bit of mint.
Yeah.
Ride the wave.
Oh.
It's always the go-to for those. Ride the wave. A wave of what? Don't ask.
That doesn't sound very promising, Dustin. I don't think I'll be trying that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
I don't say this one, this black cherry Dr. Pepper.
Is it good?
Now I know what flavor Dr. Pepper is.
Okay.
It tastes pretty much like Dr. Pepper with just a little hint of something, and it's like it's just Dr. Pepper.
And it always confused me how Dr. Pepper, I think they've done it more than once where they've come out with a flavor and it's just one of the flavors that's already in there that you can kind of taste.
Right.
Yeah, but this is kind of over. It's kind of like this is what Dr. Pepper actually is. They just tone it back a little, or like you said, add a little something else that changes it a little.
Yeah.
I think black cherry is what the flavor Dr. Pepper is based on.
Oh.
That's fair enough. I saw someone saying it's just Coke and
A&W root beer.
Yeah, A&W root beer mixed together.
I saw that.
I don't like root beer, so.
See, I don't like Dr. Pepper. My mom used to drink it all the time, so I guess because it was there, like, I don't know, I can't drink it.
Did you ever do that thing where you boil it?
What?
Did she ever do that thing where you boil it and serve it hot?
What happens when you boil it?
No.
You can find the old advertisements. Dr. Pepper was recommended to serve hot.
What?
With a slice of lemon. You can find there's like old Dick Clark commercials.
That is crazy.
And I thought, because there's a movie, Blast to the Past, about Brendan Fraser, about how he gets that movie, and his dad was always drinking hot Dr. Peppers, and I thought that was just a thing they come up for the character of the movie. I think they were basing it off of that because it was the same time period.
Wow.
And I've
I
never
heard
tried a
melted
Dr.
Coke.
Pepper hot.
No, me
It
neither.
doesn't
And I
sound
won't.
appetizing.
And I won't. No, I won't.
With a slice
Well, we're gonna
of
bring
lemon.
it back here on
Come on.
ADHD Theater. Watch.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to try.
No,
I don't have a doctor.
It's only fair to try at some point. Oh,
no,
all
I
right.
stay away
So
from the dark sodas.
Why?
you stepped away from dark sodas?
It's, the kidney issue. So
Oh.
Ah,
No
yes.
Too harsh.
Well,
Yeah.
I can say that when I was young, a teenager, and I watched my uncle use Coke,
Uh-huh.
making the battery terminals, all that corrosive shit all over the battery, right? And he pours some Coke on it, and it all just goes away. And he goes, "This is why I drink Pepsi."
Pepsi does the same thing. I started a car with Pepsi.
You can also use it to
What?
clean drains with it. It really is. We
Mhm.
really are kind of dumb for drinking this stuff.
Yeah, I don't,
Wait,
I
you
don't
good.
drink Coke. That's just a little too caustic for me.
You started a car with Pepsi? Is that what you said?
No,
Yeah,
he
it
said
ate the
that's why
battery
I
acid
drink
off.
Pepsi, because Coke he uses to clean his battery terminals. Pepsi he drinks.
Gotcha.
I started a car with Pepsi.
Yeah. All right. So, so let's back to reminiscing here.
Yeah, sorry, we completely
Let's see.
derailed
Wait.
everything.
There she is.
My
There she
fault.
is.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, there she is. So we were talking about. Dustin was talking about how much he hates Baja Blast, and
No.
No.
he was saying some stuff
Frostbite.
about you. No, I'm just joking.
She actually gave me a confession that she was like, "Don't hate me, but I haven't had Baja Blast in forever." It's like, oh, so you're sick of it, huh?
I remember she sent me a picture one time. It was just a wall of cases
Yeah.
of those that she had bought from the store while they were on sale. She's like, I'm just going to get them for the rest of the year.
Should have
I
did
was
that
just
with
like-
Spark. It's gone.
She just bought 5 cases.
I don't remember it being just 5 cases. It felt like a lot more.
She sent me
Or
pictures.
wait a
of
minute,
her
are you
back
talking about
seat
like
and it was-
just now? Like you just
Yeah.
bought 5
Yeah,
cases
I think
today?
so.
Oh, okay. Because I was say that picture was it was like a wall.
I remember going to Sam's one day and they had them on a pallet and they were just stacked and it was like the big cases at Sam's and they were taller than I was. I'm like, oh wow!
It
That's
was
yes,
42
40.
12
That
packs.
sounds about right. Yes.
Next,
Sanity.
she'll buy out a grocery aisle that just the entire aisle is Mountain Dew.
You'll see a whole empty shelf. Oh, Jessica's here.
Oh,
I just
Jessica's
buys
here.
all of PepsiCo. I own it, you guys.
They were BOGO.
Hey, I don't blame you
It's
then.
it's hard to mess when it's buy one get one. So
Yeah.
Plus, that was one of those years where it was just like a seasonal thing. Like they were just going to sell it for
yeah,
those few months, and then that was it for the year. So she's
And then-
just like, well, all of these, please.
yeah. All right. So let me get back to this here. All right.
Wow.
So let's
episode
see.
2.
And then we came back, and I don't have a date on that. What does that say?
Now this
And
is
we're back.
pre-video, so this is like audio only, right?
Yeah, this stuff's
Yeah.
audio only. All this stuff is audio only, and we're still audio only for let's see until
Because that's when I started listening to you guys. I think it might have been in your second season.
yeah. I remember that because you messaged me at one point. You were messaging me throughout, and yeah. So let's see. So what was your favorite episode, would you say, Bo? From, let's see, I don't know. What's the most memorable one that you have? And
I feel like the Rocky episode.
okay.
I feel
Yeah.
like that was the best one.
Mhm.
I
And
feel
that
like
might
that.
have been when we did the Van Damme quiz. We did that on one of these, right? Because
I think it was off of the Van Damme one.
Did we do like a whole Van Damme episode?
I'm looking, and let's see. Jeremy, we had many collections. Let's see.
Oh, that Silent Hill episode is really good. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked with Sean.
The Sidekicks episode, where we
commentary for Sidekick. Yeah, we did whole commentary, man. That was great.
Yeah.
We sat down and watched the movie. You can watch along. They did eventually not Shout Factory, but somebody did actually release it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I saw that, and I still don't have it. Sadly,
saved it. I can't remember what company. Some one of those very, very off-brand, scooped it up, cleaned it up, put it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, so
it's available for purchase.
Yeah, so we never did. I think we did record that off of. I think it was when we had him on the. It was the
Real Men Eat Both.
Real Men Both Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, his theory. You're un-American if you can't eat both Pop-Tarts.
Right.
Wow.
Who only has one Pop-Tart in the bag?
I know.
They come in a bag for a reason.
No. Every time I grab a thing of Pop-Tarts, I think of that.
Right.
Yeah, and you were like, you put peanut butter between your two. And then Zach, he was just like, well, give that man the Constitution.
Yeah. I just
can trust
stack
him.
them together. Yeah, might as well. Peanut butter on Pop-Tarts is good, so I don't care who you are.
I think it depends on which ones.
I've done it with all of them. So
has he told the story about? I don't know if Zach can handle blueberry Pop-Tarts though, and I can't remember if we had that on the show about that. Because when he was in the military, when he was in the military, they had to do rations for a month, and all they had was blueberry Pop-Tarts.
Wow.
So imagine having to eat nothing but that for a month.
Right.
He probably.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
It's like Old Boy.
There's so many stories. I get them all mixed up in my head. And then stuff that we share when we're not even live. I'm like, did we say that? Or did we?
It's one of those things.
Right.
I don't know if it's in an episode or not, or if we were just chatting.
I think, I know there's one thing specifically that we talked about.
Okay.
You know what story I'm talking about.
I think I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we are all thinking the same thing.
That should be like a $20 Patreon story. Like if you pay $20.
Yeah, we can't talk about that on some of these networks.
Right. Especially YouTube.
Yeah.
But we should get him back on to do that.
He's got some great stories, man.
Tell some stories. Oh,
that's a great story.
That was a funny episode. I think that happened after we went to video. So let me see. We didn't start video stuff until let's see. Oh, I didn't.
Oh yeah, how many seasons we were in? Like 3 or 4?
It was season 4 that we started doing video. Let's see.
I gotta tell you, while y'all were still doing audio, Dustin, he was just, you got to come on the show. You got to come on the show. And I'm the whole time like, I don't think I could. I've only been on like a couple of 30-minute episodes of somebody else's show and all that. Now, I'm always busy. And so I kept turning them down. I'm like, no. Y'all are great. Just keep doing what you're doing. Y'all are funny as hell. And
little did you know you'd be a host one day.
Yeah, right.
Did you? It's pretty funny.
Yeah, we could do a special pilled episode, but
fan first.
Yeah. Oh man. So let's see. Let's just progress. Let's see. So here's where we started season 4. Season 4, episode 1, comeback special. And we talked about My Hero Academia, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, Yeah,
I got to catch up on that, man. I'm behind on My Hero.
I haven't watched anything since they haven't done dubbed. Since because I'm a dubbed fan. I like the voices too much to just watch them.
You.
So I don't know.
I only watched these short episodes just because they were never going to dub them anyway. That's the only ones I've watched in Japanese.
Yeah.
Dustin, did you get a chance to check out that Dirty Black Bag?
No, I haven't yet.
What?
It's a show on Netflix,
context.
Right?
Yeah, I did.
I'm not talking about anyone's coin purse.
You gotta watch it.
Hey.
You gotta watch it. Look, you'll watch like the first 10 minutes of it, and you'll be hooked.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't got around to it. Honestly, we didn't even watch the movies for this week until right before the episode. I'm texting Zombie, and I'm like, I'm still trying to finish this freaking movie.
Oh man, so they're like super fresh on your brain.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. I mean, last night we had an incident where we were gonna watch the first one, and then we could watch the second one today. But one of the youngsters thought she broke her finger. Okay. So that ended up a whole trip and a whole thing, and luckily she didn't. So no fractures, just stoved or banged pretty good. So
you can just tell her to put some dirt on it and walk it off.
Take a salt tablet.
Let's go get some dirt.
It does. Can you move it? You're fine. Get out of here.
Nope, you can't move it.
She couldn't move it. That was what I was like.
Rub a little Robitussin on it.
I mean, even just slightly touching, the lightest touch I could possibly do. I ran my finger along it, and she's like in excruciating pain, and it's like, okay, maybe we should check this out. So
she's okay now.
But
luckily she's okay.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story.
So anyway,
got
pushed to today.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Road Pig John says his most memorable show for him was when we talked to Brian Flynn and broke the news about Copper Kid and the Space Racer. Because at that point in time, if you recall, there was a lot, which is this episode right here. There was a lot of speculation because they had removed the license from their list of licensing licenses that they had under their control umbrella, so to speak. And people were all up in arms about that. Like, oh, what's happening? Is the Silverhawks line getting made? Or, there's a lot up in the air. So, yep. We broke the news on that. Hopefully we'll...
That was like, I think Toy Bro carried that episode too, didn't he?
Yeah.
That episode like blew up because he used it as like I hear Brian Flynn says we're getting this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he still got the license. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, who are these guys? How did they get that information?
Right. So, I mean, him and the We Want Thundercats guy, Eggman, watched that episode and then reported back to their fan base, who then watched that episode. So that's why we have so many. I think that's probably one of our most watched episodes. But let's see. We interviewed Art Clay Mountains, your buddies.
Yeah, they unfortunately, I think they just recently announced they were kind of breaking up, but they are starting a new band.
Yeah.
This band does not exist. I think that's the name of their band.
Yeah.
I love it. It sounds so good. So definitely check them out. Sean and all them, they're great.
Yeah, they are. That reminds me of the episode we're gonna have coming up. This is Space Zombies from Mars, but the name of the company is the Nameless Toy Company. And
wow.
Eric, Zombie's all like, yeah, I'm gonna have to give him a hard time about that.
That's really unfortunate. They don't even have a name for their company. I mean, like that one band that don't exist. That's
Right.
rough.
But seriously, what's the name of your toy company? No, that's it.
That is the name of our toy company. Well.
Oh, we got to talk about interviewing Larry Kenney too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was probably my top most memorable episode because I mean, I was like geeking out, all smiles, and it's like I just sat there like.
I know. I was sitting there. I'm the opposite. I'm nervous, so I kept talking and coming up with questions and stuff. And I'm like, Dustin, here you go. You can ask him something. And Dustin's like, oh,
right.
I love you. Yeah, man, that is insane. Just to be able to talk to, it really did feel like you were just talking to Lionel.
Totally.
It was very weird.
It was very surreal. And when he started telling his stories about,
he's got great stories too, man.
Yeah, he does. He's just like, and then we, because they actually got to be live, like a live studio. Like, I guess it's more like how it is like today, but also, well,
yeah, but doing the voiceover stuff,
yeah, because they all got to be, or no, they didn't.
No, I was asking him that because they did, but like a lot of cartoons and stuff, and everybody just records it individually.
Exactly.
But like Batman anime series, Andre Romano was big on it. I want everybody in the room together,
right, to do table reads and stuff. Yeah, like
so we can. When they're recording, they're actually doing a performance, and it comes off better, obviously, because it's Batman anime series. Listen to it.
I mean, it's phenomenal. So, but I think that's where again it shines through with Larry Kenney's performance, where he's talking about how Mumra used to be. He have spit coming down his face as he gets
spat upon. Yeah, but man, also now like behind the scenes and everything, that dude is actually who he is. He's super, ridiculously nice dude.
He is.
So if you got a chance to go meet him at a convention, that's who he is.
Right, totally. He kept talking like, how he, wants to uphold the core, the truth, justice, and loyalty to Lionel's name. And so he was hesitant about taking on all these other roles that, just want to like throw dirt on it, type stuff.
Yeah.
But
I appreciated that he was honest about that Thundercats Go cartoon. That he was just like, no, it wasn't good. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you.
Yeah, it's like, the Thundercats Roar. I just don't. It was made for something that I don't know. It was kind of funny, but
I think it was kind of trying to cash in on that whole Teen Titans Go thing.
Yeah, that's why I got confused. Like it was trying to do that and skew Thundercats at the same time, and you could tell like those people just didn't care about Thundercats.
Not a tiny bit. Which he did. He was the voice of Jaga in that series, but it was only like for a couple episodes, and I don't know, it just didn't sit right with him. So I appreciate that. But
he was very sincere and it just really cool, dude. I'm glad that worked out. That was a good get, Dustin.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Yeah, I was shocked that he said yes. I was like in awe. I was like, what? Wait! You did just agree to be a guest on our podcast, where you know nothing, right?
Yeah, we definitely get more no's than yeses. So
that
was a big score.
Yeah,
it was. That's like one of my highlights of my life too, getting to talk to him. So I really appreciate it because that was just.
That's awesome.
It was for me too.
Insane. I got to talk to that man.
Yeah, he was in the Silverhawks for a little bit.
Yeah, he's been a lot of. Yeah, he did pretty much all the Bacon Rats, like that trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Sharks and oh god, what was the third one? Oh, Silverhawks. Yeah,
Silverhawks. Yeah, and of course, Silverhawks was like not even really anything on my radar at the time because I don't know. That's one of the things that I've just never really been into. I was into He-Man and Thundercats and then Turtles. And that was my progressive childhood, so to speak.
Boy, I had some Silverhawks, man. I miss those things. Not because they're worth a lot of money now, because they are insane amount of money, but those were just really cool looking figures. I mean, just the idea of somebody's like, let's just vacuum form a whole figure.
Yeah.
Would that look cool? Yeah, it would.
I definitely remember I had Quicksilver and Tallyhawk, and then I had the Saw Blade.
Oh yeah.
I don't
remember. Their bad guys were so fun, man.
They were. They had really great designs.
Monstar with a little auto changing function on that. I was like, this thing's great. Such a cool figure.
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Yeah, if you get the kid, he should.
We've been talking about you already, so you might as well. I see Trey. How you doing?
Trey says, "Hey, congrats on 200."
Thank you.
Okay, so let's see. Do any of you guys remember the Adventures of Galaxy Rangers or even Brave Star?
Oh, absolutely. Although I didn't watch Galaxy Rangers, I kind of remember the toys more than anything. But definitely Brave Star. I've watched the cartoon and had the toys. I keep consider trying to get one. His blaster.
Yeah.
Like I really would like to have that thing back.
Oh. Fighting toddlers. I'm sorry, but you'll miss out if you don't do that. So
yeah,
good on you for
lasts.
doing that. But
his kids are adorable, by the way. He sends me like really funny videos all the time, and then doing just funny things, man. It's just funny, hilarious things.
Has either one of them done a Kamehameha yet?
I'm waiting for it. That should be like that. That needs to be like any day now.
Right. Oh boy. But all right. So any other episodes that you guys want to talk about or that stick out in your mind in particular? Or should we just move it on to the movies?
It's one long episode for me. I don't know when one starts and the other one ends.
Yeah, it's the same way for me, but I don't know. Like I just there's certain things I particularly remember. Like I remember getting to interview Lion-O, as I call him, but so Larry Kenny and or what was it that you kept calling him by mistake?
What was it, Larry Kenny? Like it was something else. I misspelled his name.
It was Lenny.
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 Mission in my brain. I told him to.
Well, he did. He was just like, I kept typing up Lenny instead of Kenny. It's just
he was laughing about it though. Man, what a great guy. I keep thinking of it. He's just so nice.
He is.
Like you meet people sometimes, you're like, they were kind of a jerk, but you hear bad stuff about him or something. People always letting you down, but that dude, what a great guy.
Yeah, he is. So Zach says, wish I could rant about how I'm like balls deep in Legions now. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
I bet that's my fault.
Yeah.
Oh well.
He keeps trying to send me links and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Although that Frankenstein, that second version of that Frankenstein go up tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The green one and all the copper.
Yeah, it looks so good. I saw a lot of people like, I wish I'd not bought the first one.
I don't know. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I like that one too. I like the book accurate one. I think it looks great. And I hate that I missed out on it. That's why I'm like, I might get that.
Magnum sized me.
That's much better.
Yeah.
No, I really like this version though. The green's okay. It's a lot more muted than what I thought it would be. But for people that missed out on that first one, I'm showing this is Sir Elijah from the.
Nope.
You're like,
Now you're
No, I was Sir Elijah from the Necronominus wave. So he's the newest Templar that's out, and it's got actual soft goods on it instead of the hard plastic stuff. So
Oh, nice.
that's the Zach's got to get one of those. That's the God wills it night.
Yeah.
that's
God
the
wills it.
one. That's the one that's built on the Valiant Night body. So
Valiant Knight.
Yeah, I hate that I missed out on that one too. The one, yeah, that one. That looks so great.
So they
Especially the
have
helmet.
a bunch of the ones with that body style now. Same armor, but in different colors. And they're available right now on the Horseman's website.
Yeah.
he's like, no, you're not getting me.
It's true.
So many
It's true. They're available.
available now.
Just saying.
So Road Pig John says, yeah, that looks like a Templar Knight. He says,
Yeah.
Did you ever have an episode where you had to cancel the last minute before the interview? No, we've had guests cancel, if that's what you mean.
Yeah,
But,
and we've rolled right with it. So
Yeah. Just recently, actually.
Yes. We had technical difficulties with the what was the Cursed Dead was the name of their thing. We were going to have them on and have them interviewed, and there was some miscommunication between us and them, and it just kind of fell through. But we went ahead and we did a full episode on their Kickstarter. So
that's right. Oh, we almost didn't have Ramen on. Ramen Toys.
Oh yeah.
And
then
that was
when
the
he was,
that
he
was
froze.
the miscommunication thing.
Like his screen froze, but y'all kept.
Oh.
I had to miss that one.
Oh.
But at least he was, and he broke news, but he did it. We couldn't. He broke news not on the air. Like we knew he was going to do those He-Man figures like a whole week.
Yeah.
Before that got announced, and that sucked. Not having to say
it did suck. It was just like, oh.
We were like, why are you showing us this? We can't talk about it. He's like, yeah, come here. Look at this picture. He zooms in on it. And I'm like,
just like, but we were like, well, hang on. Are those vertical wrists? And he was like, no, those are just, they move everywhere. Just like, it's just like, what? What do you mean? They can do everything we wanted them to do forever.
I'm still waiting on him to announce the price on that Knight Rider.
Right?
I'm sorry, not Knight Rider. No, wait a minute. He's actually trying to get the license.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm worried about how that's going to affect the cost, but still, to have a... Because you know that thing's going to light up and play sounds. It's going to do all that stuff.
Uh-oh. We better make some room.
He says,
I don't have any. Do it.
Do it.
Do the do.
And he says, yeah, we need to interview Ace from Ramen again. They canceled plans to make Visionaries figures.
Oh, they were going to do Visionaries?
I
see he's trying to go after... I'm surprised he didn't get Mask after doing that one... What is it? The concept toy that they never got made?
Yeah.
But I can't remember. What's the company that does was it Action or whatever? They're the ones that got it. Like Mask is like officially coming back, I think.
Oh. I don't know.
But I don't that company, I don't know. They're the ones that make that those
Are they doing the Voltron?
Weird, I don't know. That's funny you say that. He's like, I got a Voltron staring at me right here.
No.
I mean, I can actually move. I forgot I got a good webcam. Where is he? You know.
Oh, nice.
He's just staring at me. I got that Playmates re-released one, and I was just like, I got to get that.
Oh, he says Mask will be done by Loyal Subjects.
Loyal Subject. That's who. Thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of their names. Loyal Subject.
Yeah.
We'll see how that does, because they're kind of hit and miss with them. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, their ninjas were good.
We'll see. I keep
They're the
thinking
ones
about
that did the ninjas, right?
Loyal Subjects?
I'm probably confusing something again.
I just don't want to know if I'm confusing them, because I'm thinking of their Ninja Turtles. They did Ninja Turtles, right? Didn't they have a line?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
they're
that's kind of weird to
focused-
say because everybody had a Ninja Turtles line a couple years ago.
Yeah, they're a smaller scale.
Yeah, those things were kind of janky, so I don't know.
Yeah, Dustin, I think you're
But
thinking
they're
of
not the
articulated
smallest
icons.
scale. Hey, we got the
No,
little,
not that small. Bob's put your little turtle away.
what's cool is these came with like the Japanese armor, like all different kinds. I have like 15 different ones, these, right? And dude, I love them.
Okay, so they're the ones that do 3 3/4
Yeah.
turtles.
Okay, yeah,
And
because I
then-
got like their Casey, their Crane was good. I got their Crane. He's on my shelves, but
Yeah,
wherever, if you can
their
see
mask
Crane.
line is supposed to be the same scales as the originals.
Yeah,
Right.
I hope that's. I want them to pull it off
Yeah,
because I would like to have that Chevy, the old '57 Chevy or whatever.
that would be
I'd like
cool.
to have that toy back.
Okay, so he says yes. It's called Loyal Subject
Look,
AXN.
He's doing all the.
Thank
the
you.
Turtles figures.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can remember is that they called that line Action AXN,
Mm.
but I couldn't remember who the company, so I appreciate it. Loyal Subjects.
Yeah,
He's doing all the homework for us.
yeah, right. We do need one of those people that like Abby has on his show when we were doing open mic night, where they just
like
do all the research and put all the stuff in the
producer?
chat or whatever. Yeah, essentially a producer, like things that I should be doing, but I'm too dense to figure out.
It's great. Everybody does it that has a podcast. Everybody's sitting on a device where all you got to do is just reach up and type something, and we're like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. If somebody could tell. If somebody could do that for us.
Yeah, no, what I was saying there, Dustin, I think you're thinking of articulated icons for the ninjas.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
That
yeah.
was- The Foosh people. Yeah, that's something else.
yeah. That's
Yeah, I have their blue one. I bought the blue one specifically because it's just Ninja Gaiden.
JB. Look that up.
Yeah.
Look that up.
Yeah.
I know.
I've got mine, well, some of mine just kind of up here on the shelf. You
Yeah,
can barely make them out, I know. But a couple of the samurai. I did the one white ninja with the red scarf and swapped out a couple of parts for
Storm Shadow.
God, what was the Shinobi 2 or whatever
Yep.
from Sega Genesis, and it's like, yeah, I love that game. I'm making him.
yeah. I mean, I did that with the sole purpose of making my own version of Storm Shadow, but ended up getting one anyway.
Eventually, I mean, we didn't know if we were going to get one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was kind of like he came really late.
No, well, they got the first version, the one that I cared about, but I wanted another version where he was, in a more traditional.
Hasbro said, "Nah, we got the one Dustin wants. We can stop."
Hey, that was all I cared about.
They look at those like old timey ticker taper things. They're like, Dustin bought it, and they're like, oh, thank God.
Well,
Shut it down.
The only
Shut it all
downside
down.
is that his boots don't swivel, so it's just straight legs all the way down. So it's like, I wonder if I could fix that, but I don't
Hasbro
do
will
that.
never give you the perfect figure that you want of your favorite character. They're never going to do it.
Exactly, as
I'm
in
waiting
point
for
in
this-
case with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the wave when that releases. Everybody like, man, I can't believe I paid $50 for this. It's like, shut up! You were the one that were telling everybody $50. What a steal!
Yeah, and I called it. I said, "Watch, it's going to be 50." A couple of weeks ago on the Monday night show when we were talking about it, I said, trust me. I know Hasbro. Everything that's going to come with this thing, that's going to be a $50 price tag." And everybody's going, "Oh, it'd be great if it was $29.99, even $35.99." Like,
That's
no,
called wishful thinking.
50 all day long.
Yeah.
I called it.
Yes, you did.
Not gonna-
You had to rub it in our faces, rub our noses in it.
Hey, I'm a Spidey guy too. I've got mine right up here. I don't know if I'm a $50 Spidey guy, even all the stuff that it comes with. I mean, cool
you're
with
not
what I
going to be able
got.
to use half of it, but
Go in a plastic bag and lost somewhere. What am I good? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
$50. I want soft goods Peter Parker outfit that goes over that and glasses. So
there you go,
guys.
I mean, this figure here is going to retail for about the same price, $50.
Yeah,
and it's bigger. It's got a bunch of accessories in here that you can't even see. And I know I keep pulling him back up and keep showing him, but like the Templar figures from this Mythic Legion stuff were some of their best selling figures. This guy's going to be hot, I'm telling you. Once they start with the street date, you can go and pick him up. He's going to sell out quick. I mean, I'll get this before I get a $50 Spidey that comes with so technically I want to break this down. Everything that he comes with, that $50 figure has already been released in some other form or fashion from another figure. Even the bare hands with the web shooter things on them. Yeah. Those came out under a Toy Biz figure already. So there is absolutely nothing new in that box except for a couple of points of articulation on that body.
Huh.
Which you know what it's going to come down to? It's going to be that the web lines. I think that's the thing they're going to mess up immediately, because they can't do like just very spaced out web lines across the board. So if they're trying to do like super tight knit.
Yeah. No. He means the webbing on the costume, not the accessories.
But also, yeah, man, they should be selling like that would probably bump it up a little bit. That would be like at least $40 bendable Spidey wire. Like if you can just make and buy. Like, hey, we'll throw in some of that. You love buying it,
right?
Wow,
something that you could do with it. At least you have some sort of. Because I saw people bringing up. Imagine like how much the Hulk is going to be when they do an Ultimate Hulk. Mm. Like, what is that going to be? $80, $90? Like,
yeah,
no.
I imagine. Shout out to my boy Trey, who was in the comments earlier. He made this, sent it to me. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hasbro hasn't like ripped off that idea from everybody,
right?
And put that in there with it, especially as posable as it is. Give it some bending wire.
What is he saying?
Let's talk about how Hasbro is charging $50, yet Storm Collectibles are in the $112 market with the Area series. With the Area series, pull that up.
He's talking about just Storm Collectibles in general. They're like, Zach has told me like those figures are like, you can murder somebody with those figures because they're so thick and they're solid plastic. Like if you huck that at somebody's head, you're gonna kill them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they're making, and plus people just can't compete with it. I know it's scary now with imports, with all the tariffs and everything.
Arena, sorry for $25. Yeah, but those.
I think a lot of the foreign markets, even with stuff that's commercially like available, like they've got the license and everything, they're still producing way better figures, way cheaper than that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is like a car company situation, like how we're just starting to lose the automobile industry and all that. Like action figures are our new automobiles. Like we just can't make them as good as the foreign market. I don't know. But people's got to not buy it. That's got to be the point. You got to not buy that $50 Spider-Man figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Or that's going to be the new price for everything.
Right. I think everyone's going to buy it, though. Everyone that wants a highly articulated Spider-Man instead of just getting
what's going to happen in this house? Somebody's going to buy one for a kid that's going to tear it up. That's what's going to happen here.
We're going to see a lot of returns. It broke.
It's like, I wish I have one grandkid that understands the value of in the package out of 4. Okay. I got one that's like, oh, this one I'm going to have to leave in the package. Good job. Go get another one to play with. Leave one of them in the package. You get it.
I was going to say,
right?
How do you expect a kid to get it and not play with it?
Well, I mean, if you already have 50 WWE figures and you get a special John Cena one, leave it alone.
Here, I got this for you. Can I play with it? No, you idiot.
It's funny because I have an old school Electra, like the old 5-inch figures, Electra figure, and I have a granddaughter that loves Electra. And she wants it so bad. But I told her, you can't play with it. So I'm waiting until she's old enough where she won't want to play with it. Then I'm going to give it to her.
The old test figure. I saw an Instagram video that was very funny. It was a dad who, I thought this was a brilliant punishment. He realized that his kids had spent about $850 on Minecraft.
Yeah.
So his revenge was he took them to Target and he's like, I'm taking you kids on a shopping spree. You can get $850 of whatever you want. And then at the end, he didn't give it to him. He's like, you see what you could have had? They had like buggies full. He's like, who wants a brand new TV? Each one of you get one for your own room.
Yeah, it's like, look.
That is brilliant.
They're all in that Roblox, PlayStation, and they're all caught up in that. It's like, I give books, I give them sketchbooks. I don't let them spend my money on Roblox. Fuck that.
You can tell it like registered on their face though, especially the young daughter, because she was just like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's $850. That's how much you guys have spent on Minecraft."
Right.
She was like, "Really?" And I think it's like from there on out, she's gonna be like, "I don't know."
Well, I just want them to realize, it's like you can buy stuff that you're going to have forever, or that you can have, get good use out of for a long time, or you can buy a skin on Minecraft until the next game comes out and start spending money on it. Figure it out. Find free-to-play games. Have fun playing your games, but don't get caught up in that fucking money thing, man.
Right. Yep.
I mean, sorry about the F-bombs, guys, but
all good.
I'm kind of passionate about that part of my grandkids, upbringing. Man.
All of that can go away in an instant too. All the digital stuff, like they could just decide to close the servers and we've made our money. We don't care. All that's gone.
Exactly.
So, Bo, do you still have that PlayStation that you were talking about that had that special game that they took all the stuff offline, and you were contemplating selling it for a while?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I still have my PlayStation. I had the I still got PT on it. If that's what you're talking about. Was that it?
PT?
Yeah, the Silent Hills demo.
Yes, Silent Hill. Yeah.
They took it down. Konami took it down, and if you have it downloaded. That's the only way you can have it. Like, you can't download it again off the store.
Yeah.
Well, that's another reason why we encourage people to buy physical media, to buy the disc, because you never know when they're going to shut it off. And then if you still want to play it, if you got the disc, you can still play that game, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why they keep trying to take down the internet archives, because they're trying to save all these games and stuff and movies and books that nobody wants. And
well, see, now the only stuff I play on PlayStation are the stream games. Okay, I don't buy anything. It's like I got Witcher 3, poker games, a few that are on the stream, and you can just play them. You don't have to pay to play them. You know what I mean? If you're paying for your PS Plus once a month, whatever, you get access to tons of games, man.
Yeah.
And if it's put off the ones I use, then I just won't pay PS Plus anymore.
There you go.
The
segue. I think everybody should have a player, and everybody should own their 10 favorite movies.
Oh yeah,
you just never know.
Physical, everything. Yeah,
at least your 10 favorite movies, and your 10 favorite, because you just never know when that stuff's just gonna up and disappear.
I have one of my 10 favorite movies on disc. I have The Warriors, the director's cut.
That's a good movie.
Yes. I could watch that shit over and over and over and over. If I had time, it'd be on a loop, right?
Can you dig it?
Yes, I can dig it.
All right, so let's get into these movies.
Yeah, because I feel like
we've talked.
Why did you guys pick a Julia Roberts movie?
What?
Because I watched this, and this was not scary. I mean, it was scary, but
What?
And then also the second one didn't make any sense, and it didn't have any of the same people. I didn't understand anything that was going on.
Much like Pumaira right now, she's lost.
I am.
No, I'm sorry.
Apparently, there's another movie called Smile.
There's a few movies that are just titled Smile for
so
just
many.
the record.
Well, if I had realized that, I should have put
Not Julia Roberts.
a year in, like I normally do.
Julia
But I didn't realize that because I knew what I was thinking.
Goodness, I knew what I was thinking.
No, but I was glad you invited me for this too, because I've actually been wanting to watch these, and it's just one of those things like I just keep putting off. So
Yeah.
I was like, I got an excuse to watch both of them now.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
be honest with you. I missed these somehow. They weren't even like on my radar. Never heard of them.
I was talking with somebody, and they said they didn't even know there was a first one until the second one had come out, and it was like a huge success. And it's like I didn't even hear the first one.
Yeah.
6 days after.
Yeah, I mean, we watched the first one, I think, pretty close to the time that it came out. But we rewatched it this time, and then Pumaira goes, "Oh, I'm glad we rewatched it. I totally forgot about all this." It's just like, exactly.
I have a feeling it's going to be easily forgettable. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, now we know how you feel.
Universe, Bo.
Yeah, he's seen it. I don't understand. It was a lot of hoity-toity. I kept waiting for the monster to show up. It never happened.
Dude, I was okay all the way up until it got soap opera, till it turned into a soap opera. With her and her boyfriend and all that. And I was like,
To be serious, if we're going into Small, I agree. I was with that movie until the third act, and the characters got really dumb for some reason. Like, they lost IQ points. I realized they probably wasn't sleeping, but I was just like, surely you're not this dumb. They were.
Yeah,
So-
I was, it was entertaining, but I had a lot of laugh out loud moments. The funniest part of the movie for me was the first time the phone rang. Levi went, "Oh, you got me." It was like it's supposed to be a jump scare moment, right? It's really quiet and everything, and then phone rings.
You got to commend them on their jump scares. They were actually pretty well constructed.
They got me on one.
I think they were pretty good, especially for modern day, because jump scares are hard to do nowadays.
If you can get me at all, you did good, because I crack up laughing during horror movies all the time, and I did. I had a lot of laugh out loud moments, a lot of. Oh, that set me up perfectly for this joke. We do watch these. We watch one of these movies during the week on a platform called Pill.net, where we can just show the whole movie. We don't get no copyright strikes or nothing like that. So earlier this evening, we were watching Smile, and it was fun. It was fun to watch. But it's the kind of movie you want to watch with popcorn and friends.
Yeah.
It's not a sit by yourself and watch a movie. You want to hang out with people, crack up laughing, make your jokes, and that's how I watch movies. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
When I was logging it for Letterboxd, I saw Danger review. Danger was on the show. Danger Slater, new book, by the way, super great. I saw his review for it. His review was just perfect on the nose. He said it was a big company trying to make an A24 movie. And I was like, That's it. That's what they were doing. They were trying to take all these little art house moves.
Yeah.
Soundtrack choices, camera choices.
I noticed that a lot with the camera choices in both the first and the second one.
Effects too, when they're like ripping the face off and shit. That was really good. I love the way that looked when he ripped the right. So some of the effects were top notch. I like it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like the thing from It Follows, like it's Kooky Cousin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like those movies could be in the same universe.
I'll say it like this. It wasn't good enough for me to think I'm going to go watch it again anytime soon, but I do want to go watch the second one to see if it's any good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to you guys' review of the second one. I'm going to go so that I'm not biased.
It's not spoiled.
Well, real quick, do you think the second one better or worse?
I didn't.
Out of everybody that watched it.
I haven't watched it yet. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to say because he hasn't watched it yet.
Yeah,
let me get out of here. I'll get out of here, and then you guys.
So wait! Before you go, on our scale, what do you rate it as?
I'll give it a 3.
Okay,
I'll give it a 3.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, it was fun. It wasn't. For how I gauge him. If I paid for it, would I go pay for it again?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't. But...
That's how I gauge, if it's great, it's one of those, hell yeah, I'd go back to the theater, give them another $12 and watch the movie.
$12 is all you spend on movies?
I try to go by myself. Popcorn in my Pringles can in my jacket. I'm good.
Smart idea.
Oh yeah,
that was actually a good solid tip.
You make it in one of the tall Pringles cans, like you just pour the bag in there, put the lid on it, and you can see it steam right up, and it's still fresh when you get to the theater.
Look at that. Pro tip. Pro tip.
All right.
You bet. I mean, that's where they get you, at the concession stand.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's right.
I feel like we can't go to the movies without it spending at least $80.
Well,
no.
When my son takes the kids and everything, that's the family. That's $120. Him and the wife, and then 4 kids, and now everybody buying everything, and it's like, well, I try not to go because it's already a cluster.
So I recently we went to the theater to see Sonic 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And let me tell you, it's been I can't remember the last movie before Sonic 3 that I went to the movie theaters to see. So this was a whole new experience for me. Like it was assigned seating. I'm like, so wait, we can't just go in and sit wherever we want anymore. You have to pick a seat. So I'm like, all right, so they show you the floor plan and everything. And I got it backwards where the screen was.
Oh no!
So I didn't realize where we picked. I mean, so we tried to pick like middle of the room. So we were like maybe 2 rows further than what I would have originally liked to have been.
Okay.
So we weren't like stuck like this watching the movie at least, because my youngest daughter was like, I want to sit all the way in the back. All the way in the back. Why?
You don't have a boyfriend here to make out with? What do you want?
If I would have given in to her.
Boyfriend was already back there.
but I mean, we could have moved if we wanted to, because there was only one other family in there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's almost a completely empty theater.
First come, first serve seating. It's like going to them open floor concerts, and you come in first, you get to be by the fence up front, right? If you come in late, you're back at the back of the floor.
If you got a chill theater like that, though, if you notice, like, in the movie starting and nobody else is coming in, just move. You can just move to wherever. Nobody's gonna. There's not gonna be any police coming in to arrest you.
No.
Ours comes to check.
Icicle.
Oh, you got some. Oh, I feel bad. We got like a chillax theater. Like if I feel like they wouldn't. I think we have done it one time where like we thought we'd get seats because it might fill up, but then it never does, and we're like, oh, well, we'll just sit here then.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah.
I still live in a small town where they don't do that assigned seating.
We like having the assigned seats because you're guaranteed that spot, and if you walk in, you're like, you are in my seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst that can happen to you. Someone's like, oh, I think you're like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what my wife told me happened to them the time before. And I'm like, wait. Somebody walked in and said, you're in my seat. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'd have told them to get bent. I'm sitting here. My ass hit this chair first. And she's like, no, you don't understand. It is assigned seating. I'm like, get out of here. What?
Makes
Like,
you
you're
feel
pulling my
like you're in
chain.
grade school, huh?
Like, I'm in your
You
seat.
need
Get
to
the
sit up
fuck
in the
out of
front
here.
You.
You made it sound like in your head it's like one of those 80s movies where like there's a beach, like the bully on the beach, like you're in my seat.
Yes.
Boy, Dexter.
No, I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of walking in the classroom on the first day of school and walking toward the back of the room to get a desk in the back, and the teacher going, oh, no. You're going to have to come sit up here right and keep an eye on you.
Yeah.
In front of the whole class, right? That's the worst. Can't sneak in the back, right? No.
I tried.
No. That's
So
crazy.
you give it a 3 out of 5.
Yep. So 3 out of 5 for him.
I'm gonna say that like 2. I'll round it up to 3. I'm with him. It's like you watch it once, it's good.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna want to watch it again. It's competently made. It's not. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be, for sure.
Yeah.
I have to agree. It's a 3 for me, and I totally agree with by the third act. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, let's move on.
I did fall asleep.
They could have left the fiance out of that movie completely.
Yeah.
He had no value in the movie. He had nothing to do with the climax of the movie. He wasn't one of the people that got affected by the smile. All he was the guy who I kept saying, just get out, just leave, go.
He was the nag.
Pretty much. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Dustin. Dustin, did you recognize who the ex-husband was, the cop?
He looked familiar, but I didn't know who.
Ex-husband?
I feel like I should know this.
Dustin definitely knows who he is. I was just wanting to know if you recognized him, because I was like, is that him? And I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's him.
He didn't mention anything.
Okay. Ex-husband.
The cop that helps her out, the cop.
Okay.
I should say boyfriend. Maybe they didn't get married.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Boyfriend or something, yeah.
Her ex. I'll just say her ex.
Yeah. Her ex.
He's looking it up.
No.
Hold on, I can remember this.
No. I'm not looking it up. I'm just trying to remember his face.
All right. I think the Jeopardy song is played about one.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
By now.
Who is it?
He's Bart from Smallville. He's the Flash.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was just like,
I didn't recognize him as a Flash either, but now that you said it, yeah.
Because I know Dustin's like a huge Smallville fan. And
he's Bart Allen, the Flash.
I'm actually watching Smallville again. I'm in season 2. I watched like 5 different things at once, but I'm in season 2 of Smallville.
I'm still tempted to go back and finish it. I never watched like the last 2 seasons, I think.
Those were the best ones.
I just have to keep going back. I go back to the stuff I liked, like when I was young, like Sliders and stuff like that. I go back and watch that Kung Fu. I go back and watch that just to see if the magic, whatever it was that got my attention when I was young, that made me not miss an episode. I wanted to know what it was. As an adult, I'm looking at it. What was it that I was so enamored with?
I think Sliders was good until Sci-Fi took it over. Once the Sci-Fi channel got it.
If you don't go back and re-examine some of the stuff you loved as a kid and try to figure out what was it.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me that emotional response. That gave me that hit in the chest, because I'm always still looking for something to hit me in the chest, right?
You're looking for the next high.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go back, right, and find and re-examine some of this stuff and figure out what was it about this that made me go, yeah, this is cool. I want to come back to this.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that with a couple of movies that scared the crap out of me as a kid, and gone back and watched them now as an adult and thinking, what kind of a puss was I?
Hey, now. Alice in Wonderland, the CBS version, got me every time.
Alice in Wonderland?
When that monster
Which scene?
When the monster came through the living room window during the thunderstorm.
Which version?
Yeah.
CBS.
I don't think.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it was on TV. It was a TV Alice in Wonderland movie. The one your sister liked, Melody.
Is that the one with Martin Short?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I have no idea.
I think there's a one with Martin Short where he's the Mad Hatter, but I don't know. It's well, the same people that did Merlin.
Huh.
That like 2-night movie thing with what's his name from Jurassic Park, where he was Merlin.
Oh, Sam Neill?
Sam Neill. Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna have to check out Bo. It was great meeting you, man.
I always see you on here. It's cool.
Yeah,
glad to meet
I hope
you.
I see more of you joining these guys on their show, because we love their show. 200 episodes. It ain't been that many as a member of the network, but it will be someday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
hey,
sure.
Bo helped kick the whole thing off. He's an OG member.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, man. Dustin, you have a great night. Zombie, Myra, all of you have a great night. Give me the hugs from Uncle Pops. I'm out of here.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. All right.
Anybody want my rating?
Yes.
Yes.
We're getting around to it.
Yeah, I want Dustin still. I want everybody's. I'm curious.
Hang on. What's your
I
rating?
would also like to point out that he's not the only person that's played a fast superhero. The other X, eventual X was A-Train from
A-Train. Yeah.
So she's got a thing for dating speedsters, I guess.
She does. Oh, yeah. Oh man. All right. So let's go ahead and rate it, Pumira. Let's have your rating.
3.5. All
right, 3.5. And this is the first one. Smile, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say 3. I'll say 3. And Zombie, you're 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have given it a 3.5 because I was really digging the idea that they were doing this as a message about mental illness.
Yeah.
And that this thing was just a representation of mental illness. And then they kind of cap it off. And then they're like, well, this is still a horror movie. We got to do the bad ending, like everything. And then they just abandon the whole thing. And it's like, no, mental illness, it'll kill you. And they're just like, oh, you were right there. Plus, somebody pointing out the obvious thing to beat this thing. Oh, and he knew about it. This is kind of like, oh, yeah. Like, you know how to beat this thing. Why did he look at her doing this? All he had to do was walk out that door. That would have been the ending of it.
Yeah. Yep.
See ya.
So yes, the way to beat this thing is just don't look at it when it's killing people. Don't. Especially if you know how to do, like, you're not supposed to be looking at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, don't look. That's fair. But I don't know. I kind of thought like there was this one part where she kept playing the audio recording, which, like, hello, like, why didn't they put that in evidence? Like, how, like, why didn't she do that?
Maybe she gave him a copy.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she had a copy, but still, it's just like there was at the one part where she's just like, they're screaming, and then it goes,
do it all sexy,
subtle, that subtle like exhale. Like I thought that would have been cool. Like, okay, it's the exhale when it passes on, leaves her and passes on to you, and it's like airborne. Like I thought that would have been cool, but
is that what that was? Because the stream that I got had some type of, I don't know, subtitles in another language on the bottom of it, so I could see where it made like an audible something, but of course I couldn't read it. I'm like, I don't know what the hell it said.
Rose. It whispered her name.
Oh, okay. Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But I couldn't even hear it. I had to read the cap.
Yeah, it was just like some squiggly symbol popped up and going, what the hell did it say?
Whatever that means.
Did anybody else think that she looked a lot like Ali Sheedy the more the movie went on?
Like Ali?
What's this movie? Short Circuit, Breakfast Club.
I've never seen Short Circuit, so
the goth chick from the Breakfast Club.
I can see it. Yeah,
I've never seen Breakfast Club.
Oh, I've seen that one too.
I'm trying to think of other things she's been in. I don't know. I was just very. I think it's because when I was a kid, I had a crush on her, so obviously I'll see her.
Well, then you should know all of these things off the top of your head. No.
Yeah, come on. The Breakfast Club is like one of the biggest movies of all time. Like one of the biggest 80s movies. I did pick an obscure one. I'll give you Short Circuit. That's more of a cult hit thing, but.
Oh, I love.
Yeah, but I've never seen either one of those things.
Yeah, Short Circuit, man, those movies are great. Just goofy fun.
So, Hank, we have another discussion point here. We're going to have to backtrack just a tiny bit.
Okay.
So we have, from those 200 episodes, what was the episode that we think was the most awkward because the person you're interviewing was not approachable as you thought it would be?
Huh.
I don't know if I want to say this.
No, I mean, like, if you have one, go for it. Because I don't know. Because I know you did a lot of interviews. I mean, not all of us were there for all interviews, too.
Yeah. So it kind of caught me off guard, but hang on.
I'm trying to think of all the interviews we've done. I know all the people from like Silverline and stuff are great. I never had any.
I can't think of any that I've been involved with because I could talk to anybody about anything. Like you get a stonewall, I can stonewall too, and we'll just have a battle of walls back and forth if you want. I roll with it, so I can't think of any uncomfortable or unapproachable people that I've got the chance to talk to.
Yeah,
so I'll say this, and I mean the guy, no disrespect. I'm not going to name him specifically, but it's the company that did the Food Fighter like cartoons episodes. He just was like, I don't know. Pumaira was with me, and we were trying to talk to him, and he just wouldn't give back. Like he wouldn't like converse. He just was very short, sweet, concise, and like, which is good if you're like doing rapid fire, quick, like interviews, but we were trying to elicit a response and get more out of him. And
would you do like run out of questions at like 15 minutes?
Yeah. It was just completely done. And so
he didn't want to mention anything else, right?
Yeah, he was like stonewall, didn't really want to mention anything, didn't really want to talk about anything else. And it's just like, okay, well, that's been an episode.
It was literally 30 minutes long too, because we just showed the video.
Some of that stuff, I hear that's hard. That's one of the things about being a host and interviewing people. Like sometimes you just don't know. You have to be prepared for that stuff.
But
Like,
then
I,
here's
like
why we
I think
should
of like the
meet
worst
them.
one was somebody. I won't mention who because it wasn't bad or anything, but I think the worst one we ever had was just, me personally was just somebody who was just kind of shy, but then they kind of opened up and everything was fun.
yeah,
It was a
Well,
bit
that would have
scary.
been a different situation.
right, yeah. But so like it was weird because this person afterwards says when I had asked him to come back on again a second time, he's like, yeah, all right, fine. Make sure you have more questions this time. And it's just like,
Oh,
wait,
Oh,
You wouldn't
really?
what?
answer any of our questions.
It's like we were trying. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I got a
And-
question
Wow.
for you. Do you know where the exit is?
But that's not even the worst thing. Like,
Wow, man.
so then
That's different. Like that's not somebody being shy and they're just kind of unaware of stuff. Like if he
Right.
was doing that, he's kind of a dick.
right, a little bit, but you
Have
know,
more
so then
questions.
afterwards, he after
Have
the
more
second
answers.
interview, because apparently we liked him enough to have him on twice, he messages me directly and goes, so what is it? What's going on? I'm like, I was like, yeah, I just wanted to say, hey, thanks for coming on the show. It was great to have you. Yeah, but why haven't you backed it? And I'm like,
Oh no, dude!
what?
Don't do that.
I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I just want your professional opinion. That's all. And I'm like, so it's like I get he was just being direct, like asking, like, okay, you say you like it, but why haven't you put your money where your mouth is? And I had to explain to him my personal situation, which
You should not.
felt
No,
kind
you
of
should have been
yucky.
like, dude,
No.
I don't owe you an answer. Like, no.
Yeah, it felt
You're
kind of
being
yucky
rude.
because he's just like, yeah, like, well, you know, for starters, I had cancer. I'm unemployed. I don't have money. I'm doing this because I feel like your product is cool and I want to spread word. That is how I am helping to spread word about your Kickstarter.
Dude.
And it's just like, so I had to explain in this huge long paragraph everything, the reason why it benefits him, like to justify.
You tell me that next time then, huh?
Right.
Next time I'm talking to you about toys, you let me know if you have cancer, all right?
Right.
I think you owe it to me.
Right. It just felt a little yucky, but I'm sure
Yeah,
if he actually cares and watches this episode, he'll recognize the
I think people can figure that out.
But,
Even I know what I know who you're talking about. Like,
yeah, so
yeah, man, that's just that's.
I was like,
But no, that comes from a place of that feels like he was a bit scared, and that's inadequacy.
yeah,
He was scared about like, well, he wants the thing to be a success, and he's overthinking everything. He starts thinking, well, what's wrong with me? How come you're not backing my toy? What's wrong with it?
Right.
And
there's nothing wrong with your toy. You were on the show, man.
Yeah. No, in the end, it did succeed. So
yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's all well and good, but you know, it just at the time, in that instance, it caught me off guard and was a little yucky in that transaction. That instance,
I can't imagine being put in that position of just being like, explain yourself. Like, no, dude, don't do that.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff like we like to talk about indie folks. And we do that a lot. We promote folks a lot. I can't back any of them because I don't have the money right now, like at all, period. And I would love to back them all, even if it's just $1. Even just $1 is something that we don't have right now. You know, it's just impossible. Like we have to think about our family and make sure we have food on the table and stuff like that. So it's rough, but yeah. So
well, I mean, some of them do understand not all support comes from monetary means. You know, help spread the word about their stuff to a new audience is big help too. So
yeah,
some of them just don't get that.
Yeah.
Like I might not can support you, but we just convinced 3 people to go and back you and buy some action figures and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Do I have to explain that, or is that okay?
But I digress. So that
I
was
would have
my
had to
answer
agree
to
with
Road Pig John.
I was kind of thinking that way too.
Yeah.
Some of the more uncomfortable unpleasantries have happened off camera, so it's not something that was publicly put out for everybody to watch, like a bad train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing. But at the same time, if you want to put them on blast, which I'm totally not doing that.
Yeah, no. We're all about the positivity here.
Yeah.
We're supportive.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the whole foundation of the show. It was like
Mm-hmm.
Dustin's idea to do it. And let's just try to make it as positive as possible.
Yeah.
There's so many podcasts where everybody's bitching about things, man.
Which we still get our fair share of bitching in, but it's usually within reason, So
it's not just spewing hate.
Right.
We don't get people on. We want to just badmouth and stuff and explain yourself.
Yeah.
Explain trying to make people happy with things that I don't like.
Right.
Nah.
All right, so let's get back to the movie Smile 2. Did we all watch that? Yes. I know we barely squeaked in. Did you get to watch it, Bo?
Yes, I did. Watched it last night.
Nice. So again, I feel like it goes back to your idea. Like it goes back to it. Felt very much like a Blumhouse type production where they're doing the camera angles and doing the spin on. It's very much making it, hey, this is an upside down situation. It's going to put you on your head and make you dizzy.
I feel like they were really enamored with that Candyman sequel reboot thing because they use a lot of that angles. Surprisingly good, like an actual genuine sequel to the first one. But nice. Those camera angles and stuff, that stuff had intention. They were trying to do something with it. I think they were just like, oh, that looks cool. Let's do that.
Yeah.
That upside down city scene sort of thing always makes me feel uncomfortable because it's like you're turning the world upside down and there's nothing under you, so you fall through. It's like, oh, I hate that.
I like that, especially when they're trying to relate it to how the character's state of mind is.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just sometimes they were really overusing it.
Yeah, it felt very overused at the point in the second one that it's like it felt overused and it's like it didn't quite go with the scene that they cut to immediately or cut from. It's like, okay, but she just put stuff together. Like you would think the world would be less skewed at that point because you're slowly piecing things together, but nope, they didn't care.
No, sometimes the answer is it just looked cool and I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
This to me felt like, bad camera angles aside, more of the same of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I
was surprised how quickly they just stomped on the lead into the movie, where it's just like, yep. It's like, okay, now how are you going to introduce this to the character's plight? Like, this is the character from the last film, and yet has nothing to do with the character as it is now. Like, so they had to bring in someone else who, now,
Well, see, that's what's so funny is that I remember watching the ending of the first one. I'm like, oh, well, if he's seen it, then he's cool. He's a cop. It's really easy to kill somebody in front of somebody else and get away with it. He's fine. And then, of course, that's what I thought was so funny is that they start the movie with that idea. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that easy then. He kind of messed that up. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
But it was
he clearly was trying to
I'll give him
to
credit
pass
for
it
that.
off onto bad guys.
Yeah. But he gave it some thought. Like, they gave it, and then they're like, how can we link that?
Yeah.
But then the way, that, of course, all that goes down. And then that kind of loosely takes us into the next character, who was Dustin. Who was this? The main character for this one? Where was she from? Maybe not as big as a fan of this movie.
I'm not sure.
She was Kimberly from the Power Ranger movies. The one movie that they did, the reboot.
Oh, good God. I would not have remembered that.
I haven't seen that one.
The reboot?
Yeah, that reboot one.
Yeah.
It's on Tubi right now. I know that.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
Doesn't sound too confident there.
No, I will say this: there's one spectacular scene in the movie, but it's 30 seconds. There's probably.
Yeah.
At the end? You mean the ending of the movie?
No, unfortunately not. It was. There was one little teeny tiny thing that got me. I was like, oh, if you could have done this the whole movie, you would have had me.
Right. If they had done that and carried it through the whole movie.
Same thing. Is it the him saving his dad?
No.
Or what are you thinking of? No, we're thinking of different things. For me, it's the scene where he's saving his dad. I was like, oh my God, this is a Power Ranger superhero movie. This is what I needed.
For me, it was the cameo.
The cameo. Oh, yeah, that was good too.
The tiny little Easter egg. I thought came pretty close to the end, but
that was good too. It was nice.
The credits had it for me.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this
right.
movie.
The credits. They had interesting ideas. I know we're getting off topic. It's on Tubi. You can watch it if you want to. Make your own decision.
So let's see.
But this one seemed like it. Now they had that first one out of the way, regardless of whether you thought about the end or anything. It's like they opened up this playground, and now you know the rules. Yeah. So it's like any other horror movie franchise. It's like, well, okay, what can you do with that? And
which I knew from the get-go.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm like, oh yeah. I said to Pumara, I'm like, oh, I feel like it was pretty early on. I'm like, oh, I hope there's going to be a Smile 3 then. And she's just like, what? Why? We haven't even seen how this ends. And I'm like, well.
Thanks.
For me, I hope there is a third one, and I hope it's a post-apocalyptic. like what universe is that in now, where everybody's afraid? There's like people just running around like, look at me. And it's like, no.
So here's a question, since we're talking about a possible third or whatever, and this has to do with the ending of the second, compared to the ending of the first. So through the first film, our protagonist, she's going through and she makes the discovery there's like a suicide chain, and that's how it transfers and everything. And it's usually just from person to person. So by the end of the second one, when those events transpire and she does what she does, is everyone there that's watching now has that entity split up and put a piece of itself in each of those people, or I think does it get its choice of person to inhabit?
Well, see, I looked at it as it's a thing, right? A thing that resides within him. Okay. It chose her specifically in order to get out a widespread, so potentially everyone that was in the audience.
That's what I was getting
from
it.
Reproduction for it.
Like this thing was like, oh my God, a pop star. Oh my God.
Right.
This is great.
Yeah, because it literally told her, I enjoyed wearing your skin the most.
Right.
So, yeah, but it's a good question. It goes back to, and also does it work through video, which I guess it doesn't. But does that mean, because this led me back to It Follows. I'm like, okay, so if you have sex with more than one person at the same time, let's say this thing goes to an orgy. Like you go to an orgy. Are you just good? Like you can just lay back. You don't have to worry about this thing following you anymore, because the chain of those events, like you're good. Yeah. Like it would probably confuse the hell out of which one I have to kill first, and then it can't keep up with anybody else. But that also means if we go back to Smile 2, it's going to be really confusing of how to break that chain because there's so many people.
Yeah,
and eventually,
so many people
like 2 or 3 down the line for each person, they're not going to know how to trace any of this stuff back. So this is going to be like some massive mystery about how this even started.
Yeah.
In New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it New York?
It was in New York. So it feels like very much like it's going to be widespread. This is what I was hoping for the entire time. I'm like, oh man, it would be so cool if they do this. I bet that's what's going to happen. I bet that's why this happened. And it's just like, yep. It just seems like a field day. Like it's now no longer traceable, like you said. And well, of course, they'll come up with a way. Oh, 6 years ago, you went to a concert and this person mass suicide herself. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, that's the cop. You can't cop out on it. Like if you're going to do a third one, they have to. There's a lot of fun questions there. Yeah. I just think it'd be fun to just do balls to the wall. Just make it a post-apocalyptic movie where like people are out there constantly trying to kill themselves to get everybody else that's living to look at them, and like you have to live. And it's like this them doing like stupid tricks to try to trick people, and then like, you know,
hey, watch this.
No.
It's the new. Hey, hold my beer.
Yeah. Like you can't, you don't know who to trust anymore, and all that.
Yeah,
because you don't know. No. You're not going to try and kill yourself in front of me today, are you? No.
No, I would not. Oh gosh, no! That's so tragic. Why would I ever? Ah!
Oh no!
Hey man, can I borrow your gun? Why? No reason.
Oh, so here you go. There is a part of this movie that I felt they could have just left like the whole explanation of it out, and because I didn't see any purpose of explaining that whole accident that she'd went through, like that car accident. Like I didn't need to see like that flashback of, was that supposed to be like a retribution arc for her or something? It's like, no, you were a piece of shit. You were the cause of this.
Yeah,
I think I could have done without all of that being put in there.
I think they were doing that to try to mirror the first one. They were just like, we want it to be like the first one, but you're right. It has.
Well, I think it was because they, the thing that's inside of them,
impersonated,
like the impersonation type, whatever you want to call it. They're always trying to put in front of you the past. So for her, it was that was the first one. So for her, like the mom in the first one. Now it's the boyfriend or whoever she was. The other, I don't know. Who was that
actor?
Guy?
He was an actor, right? That she was dating or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
something
like that.
One of those Hollywood celebrity couple things. Yeah.
Or if you look at it like a Billie Eilish, like it felt like a Billie Eilish comparison, that could have been her brother.
Wow,
that was in
you
the car.
Billie Eilish. The whole time I'm thinking, does Lady Gaga know you raided her wardrobe?
Well, did you see Gaga's phone number was in her phone?
Was it? I wanted to go back and pause on that, but I just kept going. I was worried I was going to run out of time or something would happen.
Yeah,
but I did notice she had like, I was like, oh, there's going to be some Easter eggs in there. So thank you for confirming that there was indeed Easter eggs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want Billie Eilish because her mom looks like the mom in the movie.
Wow.
Oh, and then she had a back injury in ballet. This girl had a car accident.
Oh, so they're actually pulling from. I don't know enough. They said they're actually pulling from. I don't know. It's good. I will say, like, out of all these movies where I've seen them try to come up with a fake pop idol, this was like the most believable.
Yeah.
So since you dug into it that far, who did the actual singing for the songs? Because it wasn't her.
No.
It sounds very familiar. Like I've heard this.
It sounded like a Billie Eilish track. That's all I took it. It was just like, okay.
None of the ones I've heard.
I feel like they hired real people, like the actual songwriters and choreographers and all this stuff. Like I'm willing to bet all those choreographers are actual choreographers.
Yeah.
It definitely looked that way, especially when
they did their thriller attacks.
Yeah,
And
I was just waiting for the.
Or at the end when they're all like.
Yeah, that was.
Running
I was laughing my ass off that whole time, going, "What the hell is this?"
That's what I was wanting. He didn't want anything ruined for him, but that was one of those things that was making me laugh in that second one. I just like. I was expecting it to be. And she's like, no.
And when she threw that tantrum, when she went back to her apartment condo, whatever, and she broke all that glass, and then she like tried to get into her pills, and they went everywhere, and then she hit the floor, and she's just kind of sitting there trying to like, I don't know, whatever, and then she reaches down and picks two of them up. I'm going, oh, that's glass. That's not a pill.
I thought they were going to go there.
Yeah, that's true.
And they didn't do it. I'm like, oh, missed opportunity.
I thought they were going to do the chugging thing too. I thought at one point it was going to be swapped out with like vodka or something.
Yeah,
and she's just sitting there just chugging booze.
Yeah,
and it's going to mess up her perception of things.
Yeah, well, that entity did a good job of messing up her perception anyway, because she thought she was in control a couple of times, and it was like, nope, I'm holding
driving the car.
Yeah.
You know what's weird though? Out of everything she's done, that's not like the worst thing a musician's ever done. I think even after everything, I think you might even throw in a whole audience of people killing themselves. It's still, she's not Kanye. It's like. Like I think she's still good. She'll still be remembered fondly.
Oh man.
That's a valid point.
Lady Gaga will probably do a tribute album to her.
I mean, we are coming off of the P. Diddy wave, so you know.
Yeah.
There are worse things. You're right, Bo.
She's fine, man. Oh, she accidentally shrugged an old woman off of a stage.
Yeah. That was
she was fine.
Seemingly.
They revived her twice and passed away gently.
Also, I guess we're going to just let it go that people not from the 80s will not realize that that's way too big of a freezer for a Pizza Hut.
Right.
That was how could it? I don't think they knew how big Pizza Huts were. That freezer was as big as a pizza.
Right. It really was.
Yeah.
It said free hugs.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, good graffiti there on that one.
Yeah.
Come in the bag, get you a free hug.
Oh. Oh boy.
All right. So what do we say? How do we rate this?
I say a 4 because Guy Riley was pretty cool.
All right.
And
I want to say it kind
of having a third one.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm legitimately interested if they will keep going and will follow through on the aftermath of that ending. That's my hopes. If they do that, I'll give it 3.5. For now, I'll give it 3.
I'm gonna go 3.5 because if you paid attention to in the first movie how that entity looked, and then versus how it looked by the second, you could tell it was like evolving. It had changed even from the first film. It was still the same thing, but like it had somehow gotten worse.
Yeah. Well, because I guess her torment was her agony and whatnot in her past was more than enough.
Yeah, I mean it feeds off of the trauma of the people that it inhabits. So
and a pop star, why not?
And it had already, before it got to her from the lady in the first film that we seen, it had jumped to like 2-3 other people before it got into her, or 2 people. It was her ex, and then her drug dealer buddy, and then her. So it had already fed off of 2 other people's trauma before even getting to her. So
Yeah,
that's a good point. Like, it would be interesting to see if they can follow through. I don't want a prequel.
No.
It's like,
Yeah.
don't you want to know
yeah.
about the first guy or the guy's brother that crowbarred his face in? Like, no, I don't.
Yeah, I feel like if they do that, it's just a cop out because they realize how can they scale this scope or scale up this scope, like, because this is a massive undertaking. The fact that all those people who love her so much are going to be so traumatized by her death that they'll be insane.
Yeah, like how does the media respond to like a mass suicide by fans, and how will they explain that? How, and then like the parents and people, at what point will they figure out like something's kind of fucky going on? What's going on?
Right.
And then like how like once you got like half of the world's population dead.
Right. That's what I honestly
I think something's up.
Right.
I could see them going into a third to where there's been some time pass and the people, within, because it's like nobody's made it past like 6 days or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like they've probably had a few of them, off themselves in front of other people, and those have already gotten away. But the ones that haven't quite yet, like they've tracked everybody to this thing that they've witnessed of this pop star offing herself, on stage very publicly, and the ones that haven't done anything to themselves are locked away in an asylum or something, in isolation, and they're trying to figure out, what's making them want to do something to themselves. And then, systematically, one by one, it could be a guard or a therapist and pass this to, or, and it's just unstoppable, and it just gets away from them anyway. But that whole paranoia of like, okay, well, do we go in lockdown now? What the hell's happening? Why is this happening?
Plus, does this thing have a benefit? Because if it's not benefiting except for just the ability to feed, isn't it not cutting its lifespan drastically short by trying to reach as many people as possible? So I have a question about like what is it getting out of this? Why is it happy? It's seemingly happy that it's I can infect everybody now.
Yeah. Or maybe it split itself up to inhabit more people all at once, and somehow those people, they'll come together and like it'll be like a group thing in front of maybe 1 or 2 other people, and those parts merge back together, and then it's this big mega creature thing the next time you see it.
Like a Godzilla.
Evolution up somehow. Yeah.
A Godzilla is all teeth. Just
yeah, those multiple rows of teeth were wild. But
you can just do like a whole movie, but just about like what are these TikToks of these girls gonna look like for the next week? Just them talking to themselves.
I think it'll. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
A lot of possibilities.
You call it yourself.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'll save that for. But yes, a lot of weird. Don't cop out and just say it could pick one person, because then it's come on.
If they cop out and just do one person, I'll be mad. If they cop out and do a prequel to tell the story of that dude's crowbar death, that's also a cop out.
The brother coming back to help. It was an interesting idea, and we actually don't know if that works or not now. So at least they got that idea saved. Yeah. Can somebody else think of that? But about the best thing they could do to slow everything down is maybe do a show, which everybody wants to do, but you probably could really wring a series out of each episode following one person during the aftermath of this. Yeah. And kind of gradually exploring, like talking and building up this universe about what's happening, because all these people are killing themselves now.
Yeah, you have the news.
Yeah, you could really milk it. and then give you enough time to make the crazy ass third sequel or second sequel.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that would probably be a little bit too much, but it kind of like what they did with what's the end of the world show, the apocalypse show.
It's like
which one?
Yeah. Silo.
No, the
La Brea?
No. Hang on. I almost have it on the tip of my tongue. It's the Purge.
It's a movie.
No, I know, but
You said
no. It's like the Purge. The Purge did this show where they were gonna dive into it more, and it just sort of pittered out.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I remember. I didn't even watch it because.
Yeah.
Jeez, didn't even know it was a show.
Mm.
They did several movies, and then they did a prequel, and then they did a show, and it just fizzled out after that. It was just like, all right, well, it could have been cool, but
yeah. I didn't know there was a series, to be honest with you. I'd seen the movies. I mean, they kind of explained how it started. They did the first Purge movie.
Yeah, they were doing a series, I guess, that focused on one of the characters. I just remember seeing the previews where it was like this dude sharpening an axe or something in his shed, and it's just like okay, well, you got this crazy dude in a shed sharpening an axe. All right, fine.
So it was more of they got lost in the visual element of just like, oh, here's these kooky, crazy killer people, and they didn't think about like what the actual story was going to be.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure what happened to it, but I just know
that sounds about right, actually.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't it be great to have a purge? You could do all these crazy motherfuckers. You just do a ton of them. Okay, what's it about? I don't know.
Don't get in trouble.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So I don't know. I'll say my rating is 3.5. Because again, I'm also looking forward to that sequel, and it's definitely anticipating the sequel is high up there, but I will be disappointed, and you know where I stand on that.
Yeah. But to me, I would have sacrificed all of this I think it would have been nicer to wrap up the first one better and just have it be about just the idea that this thing represents mental illness. I thought that was really cool what they were building up to.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's a thing that you can't control. It'll always be with you, but you can't control it. I mean, that was what It Follows was. That thing's supposed to represent a sexually transmitted disease. It's like, oh, you messed up, and this thing's going to be with you for the rest of your life, but it's not the ending. You don't have to ruin other people's lives.
Right.
Et cetera, et cetera. But since we've already essentially broke down that wall and they said, fuck that, it's a thing, and now that everybody's infected, okay, cool. Do something fun with it.
Right. Yeah, do something fun with it.
Smile party.
Smile forever. That's what it's going to be called.
Yeah, there's no way stopping it now.
Oh, the poster is going to be the Earth, and it'll be these fires burning on the continents to make a giant smiley face.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go.
That's the poster.
There you go.
You're welcome, Paramount. Give us money.
Right.
I'll definitely take that. Oh, but so let's see. Over the next couple episodes, we'll be having Brian Flynn on Monday for It's Freaking Figures. Gonna pick his brain about the upcoming Wave 12 and 13, and hopefully
Dustin, help me out. He's got to be running out of characters for Thundercats, right? Is he going to be the first person to do
all?
Because he said he'd never do the Burbles, and the Burbles are out, right?
Yeah, the one Burble's out. Robert Bill is out. but they have Rober Bell. So they still have Rober Bell left to do. And who knows how many other burbles, a regular tan version, because Robert Bill is brown. Rober Bell is tan, but has a bow in her hair. So they could just do a bunch of Rober burbles with tan fur. That
I love the answer to this. What are you, some kind of thunder nerd or something?
No.
Well, I mean, they have they have.
Well, yeah, I forgot about that flyer. I mean, I was like, oh yeah, those things were totally in the show. I forgot about this little flying, those little gliders that the bad guys had.
Yeah. The thunder, the thunder. They still have the thunder strike. I want to see done, and that's the top. Not they have top spinner of the Lunatics, not the Lunatics. The why am I blanking on his name?
Yeah, that's why I'm just confused, because it seems like I've seen like most of the obscure people had like maybe one episode.
Oh no,
that's Turtles, ain't it?
No, it's not.
What is that?
I think he was genuinely offended.
Probably. I'll sign that.
I contemplated divorce just then.
Yeah.
Oh, but
take what Brian says with a grain of salt, because he also said they weren't going to do Vac Metal Silverhawks, and they did Vac Metal Silverhawks.
They did Vac Metal Silverhawks.
So,
yeah, pass along that question. Why do you lie?
It's misdirection. It's not lying. It's
why do you lie so much? Why do you lie, you filthy mouth?
Because they're doing so well, we have to keep putting them out.
Yeah, I mean, there's several play sets that I feel like they could do. There's several vehicles they still need to make. I doubt that they'll ever do the feliner. That's the thing they take up into space to go to another planet altogether, because it's huge and it can hold everybody. And
boy.
Yeah, I doubt that they'll do that. Yeah.
Well, still, I just want to know if he'll get through all the characters.
Because there's still a bunch.
As many as he's done now.
They got
to be close.
They're actually still pretty far off.
Really?
This is talking obscure characters though, but I sat down with my girls and started to rewatch it with them, and I found myself writing this character ? This character ? This character ? And it's just like I got tired of writing after the first 2 episodes that I was rewatching. I'm like, oh man, I totally forgot about all these obscure characters.
I want to do King Arthur.
Yeah.
Not King Arthur, but King Arthur.
Here's the thing that I kind of predict is going to happen if they continue to release some of the, the deeper characters from the show and everything. They're going to eventually have to do new sculpts for the core team to include those in the waves, because they've already done Lion-O. They have a new sculpt for Lion-O, and they've released it as a deluxe version and then just kind of a standard, you don't get everything with him version. Yeah. And those are already in people's hands. And, some people love it. Some people hate it because they love the first one, but I think they're going to have to do new sculpts of that core team, or maybe even the B team for the Thundercats themselves, in order to keep interest in doing further lines,
right?
For the waves.
Yeah, because it's like at this point, this is what plagues Power Rangers. Like everybody just wants the original core team, and then like all the other Power Rangers.
Oh, there's people.
People like I don't know.
No, there's people that are upset because Hasbro. There's teams that Hasbro didn't finish with the Lightning collection. So there's people
they don't sell as well, and Hasbro's like, well, these aren't selling as well, so people aren't interested. It's like, no, people want this whole team. You didn't finish it.
Yeah, you didn't finish the team, so.
Plus, you got like a shitload of teams that people love that you didn't even touch.
Yeah, and monsters. I mean, they didn't,
Yeah, they barely touched the monsters.
Right. They did most of them from Mighty Morphin. They didn't go into the other series of the monsters and stuff. So
I know what that was. That's because each one of those would have to have an individual sculpt. There's no reuse on any of those.
Yeah.
Just because they're so wacky.
But
who else is coming up? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Brian's coming.
Brian's coming. And then next week, so this will tie into the movies that we're going to watch for next week. We're going to have Lori Calcaterra on 221 that comes out next week. So this week we're going to choose movies that essentially, have a hint of Path of the Pale Rider, which that Kickstarter is still going on, and you can find that here. Path of the Pale Rider. Just go to Kickstarter, type it in, and you'll be able to tribute to their campaign. And my goodness, she has so much stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff in that campaign.
It's outrageous, which we do plan on talking about next week in addition to the movies that we're going to pitch you. So I said, okay, well, yes, our audiences are roughly different compared to Monday to Fridays. So this will play for a new audience. And so she says, well, I said, what kind of movies would you say are similar to the essence of Path of the Pale Rider? She said, Cocaine Bear. So we're going to watch that. Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
So we're going to watch that.
Shaun of the Dead.
And then she also said Book of Eli, which, again, I can't find any of these movies to stream anywhere. But I know that I can get to at least Cocaine Bear and Shaun of the Dead. So that's why we're going to go with those movies.
But yes, so she said, so a lot of a post-apocalyptic stuff then. If you're digging that vibe. I'm looking at this now. I want to do a book trade with her.
Yeah, there you go.
So her story is pretty much in a nutshell, death is broken. So when you die, your spirit still inhabits your body. You don't go anywhere, but you're not preserved as if your heart's still beating or whatever.
You still continue to
decompose. But it's not just you; it's
everything.
Bugs and animals, and then it's for the living. What do you eat? Because if you go and slaughter a cow, the cow's dead, but
still
he's
moving,
gonna still move around.
Oh.
You've got a hamburger that's jiggling and pulsating while you're trying to eat it.
I'll go vegan.
And then there's masses of swarms of bugs that
which means
dead or alive, and they
crops.
just decimate everything for crops. So there goes your vegan option.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah.
And so we have all great movies.
There's a lot of rewards you can pick from.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, there's poker cards that get unlocked for every so many backers that they get. So it's not just the comics that have come out so far. And this Kickstarter is for, it was issue 6, I think.
Yeah, you can get all the back issues, so it's 1 through 6.
Back issues. There's scratch and sniff stickers that she wants to unlock. There's like coffee mugs with hot sauce.
Yep.
The update is, I'm looking at it now. She's already hit it, so you're gonna get your stuff if you back it.
Yep. She funded within 25 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but they're still working on unlock. So they unlocked the beer sticker, the beer scented sticker. And then there's another sticker that I don't think she's revealed yet, but is coming up. And they unlock a new poker card. It's not, I guess not a poker card, but they're working on a deck of cards, and they're releasing a red and a black deck. And with every 50 backers, they unlock another card. for your set, and you can unlock, past. If you want to be able to collect all of them, she's going to have that to where you can go and unlock all the cards with it as well.
Yeah. And there's a couple of unique tiers that you can, pledge for, where it's a one of one item, or a very limited run of a particular cover, or there's sketch covers. If you pledge for that, one of the artists, you can request a particular character from the story, and it'll be a unique sketch for your copy only.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. A Woman After My Own Heart. You know me, Dustin. Post-apocalyptic westerns, man.
Yep.
She's very creative.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I told her I had mentioned this after the fact, I was just like, yeah, I wrote a post-apocalyptic western story, and she's like, what? You didn't tell me this? And it's just like, well, I did. It was in this book, and you should check it out. She's like, oh yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Well,
so Road Pig John says Brian Flynn mentioned about having a Tigra possibility come up. Pinless, supposedly invisible. Clear version was also a different from his first figure. Yeah, he mentioned that the wrist, they fixed the he had an armband that was half up his wrist that was on the invisible version, but was missing from the original Tigra. Said, let's see. So there's a possibility be based on that one. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the info.
I would like figures of the designs from the later reboot that they tried to do.
Yes,
those had some really good designs in them. I mean,
that would be interesting to put in on the line. Yeah,
I have several of them right here. Here's Chitara and Lion-O. And
so yeah, where my head's going to be when we hit that topic.
Yeah, I had asked him that. I had asked him that a while ago. I'm like, okay, well, if we do this, once you get through, are you going to do characters based on the comics? Because they had the Dynamite comics now, but they had, I think it wasn't Top Cow. I don't know. They had another comic book, like the Dogs of War and stuff like that came out a long time ago, that had a whole nother set of creatures and characters and whatnot. It's like, that would be cool to have those characters. But so yeah, I'm gonna have to get those out and be like, dude, do these. But
yeah, dig those out so you can.
They're on my shelf.
Right.
They're on my shelf, and I have, like I said, an entire page worth of characters. Like, what about this character? What about this character? And it's like,
man.
he had mentioned the potential at like, what is it, the Rotocast, where they do the that's where the stuff's hollow inside. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he had mentioned the possibility of that on Edmund's show, the We Want More Thundercats guy. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe not an Ultimates, but what about if you did like creatures from that, like the big creatures like Mad Bubbler and the crocodile, whatever it's called, that comes after them. It would be cool to have that, because you can have it scaled appropriately for a Thundercats Ultimate, but there's no way you could have that in figure form in Ultimates. But
yeah,
anyway, again, that's for Monday. Watch Cocaine Bear and Shaun of the Dead for next week. And then let's see, we're gonna have the Space Zombies from Mars on March 3rd, so look out for that. So that's coming up pretty quick. It's hard to believe that it's almost another month. in the calendar. Like it's weird how that time continues to progress. I don't understand it.
I know it's the middle of February already. It's like, where did 2025? It just started. Like, where did January go?
I said, oh no, a customer came up and wanted to return something, and no, cash a check, and you can't do it unless it's on the day of the check that is written, right? On the date. I'm like, yeah, no, that's why you can't cash it today, because it's not January 10 yet. And she goes, it's February 10. Like, oh.
Oops.
My mistake.
Sorry.
Methigator. Okay, yeah. Those animal movies
Well, so there's a reason why Cocaine Bear got brought up. So I'll go ahead and say, since Lori's not here, so there's a character called Big James in her story. It's a giant undead zombie bear that's just this unstoppable force that just rips through everything in its path. So that's kind of the tie-in with the Cocaine Bear kind of thing. It's not the drug aspect. It's just, this wild, crazy, strong bear that's just on a rampage.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bound to be some fun times. But anyway, I don't have anything else left to say. Do either of you guys?
Bo, thanks for coming back, man. It was great.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was fun.
I
just
really
surprised
enjoyed it.
Crept up 200, man.
Yeah, it really is. It's crazy. But
here's the 800 more.
Yeah, just like Rick and Morty. Only 1,000 more, Rick Morty.
So what do you have going on now, Bo? What's new in your world?
Oh, we Adrian, AA Medina, Dustin, of course, longtime friend of his, and writing partner. He was also in the same post-apocalyptic book as myself and Dustin. We wrote a book, Devil Dancers, that is a horror western.
Oh, wait.
Oh, what? Out. Sorry. I just now realized because something froze. Me and Adrian, we got a book coming out. It's a horror western. It's coming
again.
Oh, you froze again.
I think it's coming out in June, yeah?
Yes, it's coming out in June.
What on?
Fucking
I don't know what's going on, but you keep freezing all of a sudden, and your audio cut out.
The book is cursed.
Oh no!
Oh,
okay. COVID might be mine and Adrian's fault. We have a theory. We don't know.
Oh.
It feels like every time we pick up this book and start doing something with it, something happens.
Oh no!
Oh boy!
It's done. It's coming out. It's fun. We're getting the feedback from fellow authors who's giving us blurbs and stuff right now, and everybody's loving it, and we're stoked.
Nice.
We're stoked.
There's a premise for a good story there, a cursed story that was pinned and
clearly
made from something, or the tree was cursed that the paper it was printed on or something.
Yeah. It's called the Necronomicon. We didn't say the title. But no, it's called Devil Dancers. Keep an eye out for it. It's good. To toot our own horns. We're really happy with it.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
And then I think we're actually gonna re-release the book that we're talking about by year's end, year 47. Now that's gonna get re-released.
Have you reconsidered doing comics for it? Because I am dying to do that.
I would love that. I know we still have that idea on the table, the 4v7. I would still like to get back to that one day.
Yeah.
I think that would be all of our MCs fun. Meeting.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
It would be. And I think there's definitely room on the table to do like an omnibus. Not an omnibus, like a visual guide. like you have like the Star Wars visual guides that you can flip through, and it has like character breakdowns and little blurbs about the characters. I think that would be cool. Like
it would be. I've got like artwork and all that stuff because I have. That's why I'm interested to read this comic now, the Rider comic, because it's kind of it's something. I have zombies in mind. It's like the reason they're zombies is because people, they can't die. Like their souls have nowhere to go. Like I have an explanation. It looks like the whole mystery of this comic is what is the explanation,
right?
But so she's getting to explore the idea like way more than I did. So
yeah,
so that's why I'm interested in it. But yeah, zombies, ghosts, demons, terrible people.
Yeah,
really just terrible people. Angels, all sorts of fun, kooky characters. But no, yeah, comic would be great.
Yeah,
sounds fun.
I'm still debating, and then of course other stuff working on. We had Leo on our show. Did I freeze again? I'm freezing again.
Just for a second.
Motherfucker! I got a movie coming out. It might get.
Uh-oh.
A movie coming out
on Tubi. It might be on Tubi.
Oh, really?
Yes, we're working on it.
That'll be
nice.
Cool.
You
like
definitely got it.
That's awesome.
What's
it called?
Cherophobe.
Cherophobe?
Yeah, it's somebody. That's a person who's afraid of loved or being loved.
Oh, okay. Yes, I gotcha. That's fitting for Valentine's Day, out tomorrow.
Yes, it is. I guess it. Yeah, I wish it was available tomorrow, but it's not. It actually would be pretty good to watch on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
we're definitely gonna have to watch that for the show.
Yeah. When it comes out, I will let you know.
All right, sounds good.
But yeah, that's what I got going on, and I'm gonna stop talking now so I don't freeze up again.
Where can you be found?
Everywhere. My home. I'll give you my address.
In most places.
He's omnipresent.
Yeah. Just at Infrafan. You can I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Instagram.
How do you even get on Blue Sky?
Oh, you don't have to get an invite or anything.
Yeah. I never bothered. I was like, okay, here's another platform that I am never gonna have the opportunity to update or remember to update.
It's like Twitter without the fascism. It's great. I don't see that pesky 4-letter N-word and then all their symbols and stuff just naturally in my feed there. It's great. I don't see that stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been forced to be on Twitter more often these days because the show, our partners, affiliates, do a lot more on Twitter than they do on any other platform. So it's like, I guess I'll look back into that again.
Yeah.
I'm still not on Twitter.
Yeah, you're not.
Or
you don't need to be.
Called.
You made the best judgment call. You really
did.
I'm like, nothing invested, but nothing lost.
Yeah. So when people were posting all those memes about, when it went down and everything, and I was one of those people. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I was never a member.
And
I don't know. It seems like it's the where to go when the platform you prefer to be on goes down, and then you immediately go to Twitter and check, like, is Instagram down? It's just like, yeah, they're having issues. It's just
usually when I have trouble with Instagram, I immediately message you. Hey, are you having trouble with Instagram? It's doing something stupid.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know.
It works for me. Oh,
I see a munchkin.
Pesky munchkins. All right. Well, it's been 2.5 hours. This 200th episode has turned into a 2.5 hour extravaganza. So
yeah.
Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I wish I could
email Dustin for a refund.
Sorry.
But no, thank you for having me back on, and congratulations to everybody, the entire Geek-men family, all the hosts that are here, not here, that have been hosts, all the guests.
Yeah, for sure. One of these days we'll have maybe a 400th episode where we can get everyone back on, because I was really sad that we couldn't get everyone here, but I knew it's unlikely for everyone to get here in one piece at one time.
We were seriously contemplating on dropping a link in just publicly in the video, the comments or whatever, just to because there's somebody else that we watch one of their other shows, Figure Fight Club, and he does that. He does like an open mic night or whatever. So anybody in the audience that wants to join in the conversation, and he'll have the whole Brady Bunch screen thing going on. And so we contemplated doing that, but we weren't sure if we were going to be able to handle that, and then still try at least to talk about the movies.
Yeah, and what I had planned, which it sort of went how I imagined it would, but anyway.
No, I had fun. I'm glad we went through with what we did go through.
Yeah. Yep. Thanks for everyone who came out to hang out with us in the comments. And until next time, you can catch us here, same channel, same all that good stuff.
Normally on Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
There's a caveat for some folks.
No show tomorrow night. That was
tonight.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, so we are going to be still streaming the show. This episode is going to be streaming tomorrow, but I think it's going to go wide for everyone tomorrow, whereas it was just mainly for our links here, our resources, so our YouTube, Facebook, etc. But it's going to be everywhere tomorrow. But
so if you're seeing this, one of us might be dead.
Oh my, with a smile.
All right, until next time. Wait, okay, one last thing. It reminded me of the picture that I sent you, and you immediately texted me afterwards, and you were just like, "What the hell was that picture?" And you were like, "Oh, it was just a picture." You're like, "I just got out of this movie," and it was just like,
zoom in on it. Just zoom in on Zombie.
Do it.
Whole frame. There it is.
Until next time.
Bye.
Click on the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens